Welcome back to Yanda Sports Take. I'm still here with my man Sichaba, and we're going to be talking about the biggest circus in football, the biggest clown show in football. Yeah? The biggest, I don't even know how to describe it. We're going to be talking about everybody's favorite club.
It's time for the agendas.
Everybody's favorite club to laugh at, Manchester United.
It's time for agendas.
Yeah. We're going to get straight into it.
We're going to have facts.
Yeah.
But we're here for the agendas.
Yeah. So, why is this guy still in the job? I mean, I love it as a rival fan or someone who's not fond of Man United. I'm loving it. I'm loving every minute of it. But why? How come he's still in charge?
Oh wow. So okay. So right, we haven't even started on the whole thing of should he should he not be in the job? You're saying, why does he still have it? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, here's the thing. For me, when I heard about this Ineos takeover, Ineos, whatever you say, they were looking and sniffing around Europe. And they were going ahead and saying, "Oh, do you want to coach us? 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 Do you want to coach?" And they didn't find their answer. So because they couldn't find their answer, they were like, "Okay, you know what? If we're not gonna find our answer, let's just stick with the one that we have and try to trust him with the tools that maybe he wants." Mm-hmm. And so they backed him in the Premier League in the transfer window, especially with £200 million spent on players. Joshua Zirkzee, Lenny Yoro, Matthias de Ligt, Nusem Mazraoui, Manuel Ugarte. Oh my goodness, I even forgot.
Like, no one is saying it must click immediately and things, and they should challenge for.
No, but let us see some
how
direction.
Have things been? Yeah, let's see some progression. How have things gotten this bad?
No, here's my chat. I remember a couple of years ago, one of the big criticisms that people were having over Manchester United was, they have a lack of clarity with regards to their pressing triggers and their out of possession marking system. People don't know who to mark who and when. Last week against FC Twente, a centre back picked up the ball from deep, ran through the entire midfield, ran the entire length of the pitch, past player scores. On Sunday against Tottenham Hotspur, Mickey van der Ven does the exact same thing. Picks up the ball from deep, runs through the entire midfield, passes, Brendan Johnson, tapping. Why? Lack of clarity with regards to, because people were dawdling. The midfielders didn't know what to do. Who should mark Van der Ven? No one knows who to go where.
They kind of just watched him.
They just watched him run through the midfield because no one knows whose defender, whose man it is. Oh, snap. Okay, sharp. Why don't you actually go ahead and take initiative, make that decision, and actually go ahead and mark? I get it. Systems are important. Yes, you've got to maintain shape and whatnot. But in certain cases, there are exceptions to the rule, and you have to account for those exceptions. Good managers know how to teach players to account for those exceptions and go out of breaking the systems. How are you telling me there's no clarity in your pressing system, in your marking system 3 years down the line? That's out of possession approach. That's a basic thing that you deal with. That's one of the first things that you do. Like when you're coaching a side, one of the biggest things that Arteta did was, he went ahead and got Arsenal trying to play total football in the first couple of games. Manchester United, there was a game where, you had Xhaka rotating in with the left back and whatnot, left back moving forward, this, that, and the other, total football, people were going crazy. Oh yeah, no, Arteta's doing this, Arteta's doing that, Arteta's doing this, Arteta's doing that. But he realized that his players weren't up for it. So he was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to try to get this style of football into the team when they are fit, but for now, I'm just going to slowly implement the out of possession structures first. And then later on, when we started challenging for league titles, then you started seeing, the in possession structures. So the out of possession structures are the very basics. It's been 3 years and Manchester United look nowhere near ready to handle the very basics.
So with that, I have a question. Do the two cups make up for it? Winning the League Cup, winning the FA Cup, does it make up for the shortcomings in the league?
It would have for any club other than Manchester United. And the reason why I'm saying that is because this is the same Manchester United side that sacked Louis van Gaal for winning an FA Cup. No, they didn't sack him for winning in the FA Cup, but they didn't allow him to continue beyond that FA Cup win. And like, if an FA Cup win isn't good enough 5 years ago, why is it good enough now?
Yeah, I also think, and he loves to bring it up. It's like his trump card. It's like his favorite thing to pull out. Like, but I won 2 trophies. Yeah. With the most successful side outside of Manchester City at winning trophies. And I'm just like, bro, but then the league form is so bad. We're talking minus, like their goal differences in the minuses. How many games have they lost this season? What, 3, 4? Yeah.
How many games are we into the Premier League season again? 7?
I believe it was 7.
Yeah, 4 games. Lost. They lost Brighton. Yeah, they lost Brighton. They lost Spurs. They lost Liverpool. 3 draws.
We're 6 games in actually.
Yeah, okay. It's three draws, 2 wins, and a draw. It's 3 losses, 2 wins, and a draw.
13th on the table.
Yeah.
I mean, last season they had a horrendous season league-wise. We can both say that. Yeah. So why isn't it improving this time around? No one is saying go and challenge and win the league, but surely we should be seeing some sort of progression.
No, here's my chat. Everybody was like, oh yeah, no, Manchester United are playing scummy football. They scummied their way to a Carabao Cup win and whatnot. They finished 3rd in the first season under Eric Ten Hag. And that was good enough. You know what? It's fine. Scummy football wins. If it wins, keep you in the job. That's fine, right? Improve upon that. No, they finished 8th and won an FA Cup. That's basically the same thing. And guess what? Cause and effect, right? For me personally, you look at the results of what you had achieved the previous season. For me, yes, sure, silverware is important, but winning a Carabao Cup and getting 3rd got you into the Champions League the following season. Winning an FA Cup and finishing 8th the following season only got you into the UEFA Europa League. So do you really call that a better season? Yeah, sure, the FA Cup is the more prestigious trophy, but that doesn't forgive the fact that your league form is slipping out of your hands. And now we've seen an even more blatant regression. By the way, their Champions League form was horrendous too.
Yeah, have they won a game in the Champions League so far? I mean, in the Europa League?
I mean, they haven't. They just drew to Porto last night.
So they
stole a draw at the Estadio do Dragão.
So they haven't won a Europa League game yet.
Hey, bro, they haven't won a Europa League game. They didn't lose. They drew both to FC Twente at Old Trafford and then at the Estadio do Dragão in Portugal to Porto. And over and above that, by the way, they were winning 2-0. Then they end up 3-2 down. Overturned the result, pretty much. Only to last minute, then claw back Maguire, who everybody's been saying is the problem. Turns out Maguire, funny enough, Maguire's not the problem. Maguire bails them out in a moment of magic.
With the signings they made and how they were moving before the season started, you would have said the objectives should be to win the Europa League, make top 4, right? And so far, they haven't won a single Europa League game from their opening 2. And their league form is just horrendous. I think we can safely say they're probably not going to finish top 4. It's like, do you just sack him and then put in Van Nistelrooy? Van Nistelrooy seems to be lurking. He's right there in the mix.
I mean,
I have a feeling they're going to fire him and then put Van Nistelrooy.
I mean, okay. One thing I will say, Manchester United kind of were, I don't know, maybe future-proofing themselves in a way. Because putting in 2 managers, not assistant managers, as Eric Ten Hag's assistants, basically was a thing of, oh, yeah, by the way, we got these guys waiting in the wings. In Ruud van Nistelrooy, I forgot the other one, but there's another one who's a manager, but came in to be an assistant manager to Eric Ten Hag. Van Nistelrooy, the only reason why he left PSV is because of internal issues after the sales of Cody Gak. No, it wasn't Xavi Simons. No, it was in January. So Xavi Simons was still at the club, but it was who is it? Cody Gakpo and Johan Bakayoko. No, it wasn't Johan Bakayoko, man. Noni Madueke, yes, to Chelsea in January of that season. And so because of that, Ruud van Nistelrooy was unhappy because he was losing his precious players and whatnot. So, like he was doing well at PSV. He was doing well.
But Ten Hag was also doing well in the Dutch league as well. So why do they think it's going to be different now that they have RVP there?
Well, that's
Ruud van Nistelrooy there.
Well, that's just the thing. You see, like, if you take a look at it,
I don't think Van Nistelrooy's managerial record is like stunning by any measure. Like he's done well, but like also Ten Hag also had done well in the Dutch league. So what do they feel will be different if they sack Ten Hag and appoint Van Nistelrooy?
Well, I mean, for starters, it's you hiring a coach that's not the coach that was formerly from Ajax. I mean, we all know how the things went with Frank de Boer, and he had a better record, arguably, quote unquote, better record than Erik Ten Hag at Ajax. And he came to Crystal Palace and flopped. But at the same time, take a look at Arne Slot coming from Feyenoord and doing really well in this Liverpool side. So it's not necessarily to say that the Eredivisie is, a bad batch of managers. No, it's just, you got to make sure that you're picking the right one. Yeah, I'll admit, it's a roll of the dice to see if Ruud van Nistelrooy is in the good batch or in the bad batch. But at the very least, he's a shout, and he didn't light up the Eredivisie, but he's been pretty decent. But yeah, I don't know what is the future. What is the future for Manchester United?
Well, right now they need to sort out this managerial issue. They need to get someone in there who's, gonna at least salvage the season for them. They've got a good group of players. These players are not bad. You don't just become a bad player overnight. You understand? These are good players. They've got a squad there that can do much better than what they're doing now. So it's just about sorting out the managerial issue for me. That's what I think.
All right. That's interesting. Yeah. Well, with that, I think we'll leave the final answers up to you guys, the viewers. Please tell us what you think personally. What's the future for Manchester United? Is Erik Ten Hag the answer? Is he not the answer? If he's not the answer, who is the answer? And what happens in the next couple of years? But from our host Sianda and myself, Sichaba, we appreciate you guys watching this part of the video. And
please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Yeah, this has been Yanda's Sports Take, and we out.
Catch you in the next one.
Yeah.